Today's show is brought to you by two of our favorite organizations, the Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh and the Allegheny County Library Association. September marks 10 years of their joint program, Love Your Library. It's really a county-wide celebration where your donation during the month of September will be partially matched and helps keep essential services going. So everything from books and materials to facility improvements and programs for all. If you use the library system, show your love and donate now at loveyourlibrary.org. Today on CityCast Pittsburgh, it is finally starting to feel like fall. Season for cozy drinks, county fairs, and apparently competitive parallel parking. I am with CityCast Pittsburgh's Mallory Falk and Sophia Lowe sharing some of our favorite ways to experience September in the city. It's Tuesday, September 2nd. I'm Megan Harris, and here's what Pittsburgh's talking about. Sophia, Mallory, hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
If y'all are new here, CityCast Pittsburgh is your key to the city. So we tried to help you figure out what to do, what's going on. And we also have our Hey Pittsburgh newsletter. So it's fresh every day, just like the pod. We like to think of it as like the news you need. Lots of events, free stuff, great food. We really run the gamut.
We also have a membership program, our CityCast Pittsburgh Neighbors, and we need members to keep us going. It costs a lot to make these podcasts and newsletters every day, and they are free for anybody who wants them. We also try to pass on the neat things that we see to our members first, like free tickets to things, early access to events, ad-free podcast listening. If you don't like seeing those suggested podcasts in your feed, become a member and they disappear.
And we are actually planning our next neighbor event right now. You will want to get your tickets for it early because we are going behind the scenes at an iconic Pittsburgh spot. Very exclusive. I haven't been yet. I'm super excited.
Suspense.
Woo! Yeah. If you don't want to miss out, you can sign up and get all the details at membership.citycast.fm.
And this episode is kind of our chance to preview the month in Pittsburgh with you, tell you all the stuff we're most excited to experience because we live and work here and we like connecting with all of Yins and also our town. It's fun to experience things together. So we will start off with experiences. What are y'all most looking forward to doing this month? Sophia, you first.
I am trying to buy fruit trees for my backyard. I am super excited for this. I know maybe this sounds like an errand, but I'm thrilled to poke around.
I was actually at a garden center like yesterday looking around at them because suddenly like I'm seeing them everywhere, like at the nurseries and all that.
Right. TikTok and the internet, I double-checked, told me that fall's generally a good time to plant trees. So I'm doing my hunting in September. So, have a plenty of lead time. I'm also feeling super inspired by Homegrown Hand Gathered, aka Jordan and Sylvan. These are Pittsburgh TikTok stars. We actually talked to them on the podcast. We talked to them about their Living Off the Land challenge, where they try to go as long as they can without going to a grocery store, and they eat everything that they've grown themselves, hunted.
Right.
These people are so intense in the best way. They make their own Doritos. Like, I'm just blown away.
They've really they've stepped it up several notches since we talked to them about living off the land. Like, they have their own farm now. They're doing great. They're living life.
Because of all their farm, their ducks, like even more stuff that they're growing, I'm feeling inspired to think a little more long term than just one season now. So hence the trees. So I am going to be poking around a bunch of local nurseries. So right now, the one that's on the top of my list is Michael Brothers Nursery in Cheswick because they have Asian pear trees. It is so hard to find Asian pear trees here. Step it up, Pittsburgh. I miss New Jersey. There was an Asian pear farm there. So, look, I'll fight you about the bagels. We'll talk about this later. I know we want to do a best bagels episode.
Bagels are for later.
You might be right about the bagels, but there are some good fruit tree options in Pittsburgh, so give us some credit. We've got cherry trees, apple trees, persimmons, and pawpaws are native to the region. So I don't think you're finding pawpaws in New Jersey. Where else are you going to get that mango banana blend?
I don't like pawpaws, so I appreciate that they're available here for the people that are really down to, hunt around for pawpaws. But I do like persimmons, so we'll see. But I also just need to look more into fruit tree care. I also want to grow something that's not going to be like too hard to take care of. If I get too lazy to prune, I might just find some native tree that I don't have to, do so much upkeep for.
I mean, related to your quest, Sophia, I am really interested in getting a shade tree for my backyard. I got a little deck, but the back is sizzling just because of like the angle of my house and the way the sun hits it. But unfortunately, I think my soil is maybe a little dicey. I think I need to get that checked out because I have already killed a sycamore that I tried to plant. Although I do acknowledge if there are any tree nerds listening, sycamore was probably not the best option for me anyway because it grows so slowly.
Well, I have an event that might help you then. The Allegheny County Conservation District is actually doing a workshop at the Penn Hills Library on September 30th. So the workshop's with the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, and you'll get the chance to chat with lots of experts about which trees and plants work well specifically for your property.
I saw this actually, and I think they're talking to folks too that like if you have like a larger property or if you own land and you want to like help, like they're also putting people in touch with like grant opportunities and stuff like that too.
Ooh, super fun.
Tree Pittsburgh is another one that I would put on everybody's radar because they just do so much work to support our region's tree canopy. So like, keeping everything nice and fresh and green and lush. But they also do a fall adoption. The trees do go really fast.
That's on my list too, but they also haven't released their list. Don't know if they have Asian pear.
They haven't. They always have fruit trees, but they go super duper fast. Their actual date is not on their website yet, but I do have it on good authority, Sophia, that they're going to be released to the public extremely soon.
Refresh.
As soon as we see those pop, we will share that with Jens. And their annual fundraiser, Arbor Aid, is coming up at the end of the month. The tickets are on sale now. In the past, I don't know if they're doing it this year. They've also allowed people that got Arbor Aid tickets to take home a tree. So you're guaranteed one if you do that.
Well, I am thinking about, just how we're entering cozy season and there's nothing cozier than curling up with a good book. And so what I want to do this September is really check out more events at local bookstores. I've been going to some children's storytime events with my daughter. There are some great ones. Yeah, at Spark Books in Aspinwall and Riverstone Books in Squirrel Hill. And also, of course, great story times at the Carnegie Libraries. But I want to start getting into some of the adult action, not just like children spinning around and crashing into bookcases.
Hey, sometimes adults do that too when it's very crowded and you're hunting for a sale.
I mean, truly, I actually feel like this is like a really good aspirational idea, Mallory, like as a pregame for like Small Business Saturday.
That's where I'm crashing into bookshelves.
Bookstores are always my favorite to like go shop around for that, like, in November. But I feel like sometimes I'm a little like, I'm not ready. Like by the time the day comes around, I have not done my proper homework to know what to buy. I'm just like putting stuff in my cart willy-nilly.
Interesting. Well, the thing is, for like a lot of these events, it's actually really smart to purchase your books at them because a lot of them like offer discounts. So a couple events that have caught my eye, Staygold Books in Regent Square has a ton of themed book clubs. They've got a cookbook club that meets on the first Sunday of every month, and each person brings a dish from that month's cookbook.
It's so kitschy to like make something for people. I feel like we don't do that as a society as much as we once did.
Yeah, I think it's really sweet, really like putting your trust in your neighbors. And
even if it's terrible, like who cares, right? Like you tried.
I care, but that's okay.
Sophia will be judging. Megan will be...
I'll be telling you did a great job, sweetie.
Yeah, but once you throw that sweetie in there, we know it's not genuine.
I mean, it could be both. It could be both genuine and sarcastic.
So yeah, there's this cookbook club at Staygold Books, but I think a lot of local independent bookstores have their own version of a cookbook club. And a couple of them also, as we're heading into spooky season, have horror story themed book club. So there's one at Staygold Books in Regent Square that I mentioned. And there's also one at Vintage Max Bookstore in Bellevue, which I have really been meaning to check out. I've heard it is super cute. But there are tons of great independent bookshops all over Pittsburgh. And our own Hey Pittsburgh newsletter editor, Francesca DeBecco, actually rounded them up on our website. So you can head over to pittsburgh.citycast.fm to learn all about them.
Wait, I just looked this up. It's Stay Gold. The horror book club is Stay Dead. I love it. That's so clever. Well, so my aspirational experience for the month of September veers a little bit into food, but I'm looking forward to kicking off my burger quest. So if Yin's listened to this show a lot, you know that we often do roundups about like the best foods in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, like we've done donuts, pizza, wine bars, ice cream, mac and cheese, so much more.
And then B, it has occurred to me lately that I have not had apparently what most people think are the best burgers in Pittsburgh. So I'm setting off on a personal burger quest. So I'm looking for any recommendation. It can be meat, non-meat, highbrow, very low. The only requirement is that it is local. Don't tell me that you like the Wendy's burger. I'm not here for that. Please call or text the burger hotline. That's 412-212-8893. Give me all your hot takes. Tell me how you like to order it. And if you do call us, share your name and neighborhood because you might hear it on the podcast.
Yes, I am also really looking forward to hearing everyone's recommendations. I think I've eaten from some of like the best burger places, but always down for more.
Yes, and I'm taking the team. And as much as y'all want to come along with me, I'm like imagining we order like one burger and like cut it into 8 pieces. We'll see how this goes.
I know. I'm already really imagining the meat sweats that we're going to be drenched in by the time this adventure is over.
I don't think the meat sweats are real. This is not a thing that has ever happened to me.
They've definitely happened to me.
I am also excited about the beginning of fall festival season. So we're going to dive deeper into this later in the week. But Francesca and I, our Hey Pittsburgh newsletter editor, we made an enormous list of fall festivals in Pittsburgh.
It has to be the most comprehensive list in all of Pittsburgh.
It's a little absurd. I think we got carried away. It's really, like, no joke, like 100 or more fall festivals.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be chill. And then I clicked open your draft and got scared and X'd out.
I will share the highlights with y'all, but just to give you a preview, we're talking Oktoberfest, so like beer, cider, farms, fairs, pumpkin patches. There's some apple picking, which I thought looked fun. There's a few that are also doing like a haunted element, but that's not really what we're focused on. There's markets, parades, fireworks. The crafting events are something special. So some of them are like where you can buy stuff, but a lot of them are where you also make stuff. Some of that's farm adjacent. There's a lot of kids things. One of them, y'all, is doing a strongman competition with farm equipment, which sounds fun, but also possibly dangerous.
You probably signed a waiver.
The anxiety I felt in my body when you described that.
You did sort of tense up. There's mazes, there's hay rides. A lot of these heavily feature animals like petting zoo style, ponies and things like that. It really is a local smorgasbord. We're really excited to share it with y'all. And best of all, most of them are completely free.
So check our feed to hear Francesca and Megan's favorites.
Today's show is sponsored in part by Family House. Get ready, Pittsburgh, because their 42nd annual Family House Polo Match is coming our way on Saturday, September 6th at Heartwood Acres. It's presented by F&B, and it's an all-day event with a little something for everyone. So a professional polo match, not a thing you get to see all that often here in Pittsburgh, a vintage car show by the Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix, live music, food trucks, tailgating, a silent auction, kids activities. By the way, kids under 12 get in for free, and so much more. Come out and support a great cause while enjoying a truly special day. All the proceeds benefit Family House, which is a nonprofit here in our region, providing safe, affordable lodging for patients and caregivers traveling to Pittsburgh for medical care. Do not miss it, September 6th at Heartwood Acres. Tickets and more information are at familyhouse.org/polo. We'll see ya on the field. So moving on, we're talking about food and drink recommendations. I guess more food since I kicked it off early with the burgers. What are y'all really excited to eat this month?
Well, mine is actually a drink rack. I mentioned I really am looking forward to cozy season, but this is like combining coziness and classiness because I really want to do some afternoon teas in September.
Oh my gosh, Valerie, like what? How old are you? Tea and books?
Yeah, I'm just getting ever closer to 40, and I guess it shows in my picks for the month. But so a little while ago, I did the tea service at Café, the coffee shop in Morningside, which is very, very cute. You've just got to give them 24 hours notice, and you can get little like sandwiches and cupcakes and all of that cute stuff that comes at a tea time. Megan, I feel like you're really judging me right now.
I'm not actually. I'm excited to hear your recommendations. I mean that genuinely. I've never done a high tea, and I would like to.
Yeah, so that one I can, personally recommend. But then there are a bunch I've been wanting to try out, in particular the one at the cafe at the Frick. They've got an afternoon tea service that includes their house-made clotted cream. Our team actually got to try this at a Frick event once, and it is so good.
Yeah, like I did not expect museum food to be this delicious.
I missed that, and I'm still upset about it.
Yeah, so that's one option. And of course, the Frick has like beautiful grounds, so it's a nice space to have some nice tea and scones. Then there's Fabled Table in the Mexican War Streets, which has a monthly service. It also includes a kids option with fly sandwiches, flower sandwiches, and cocktail croissants. I have no idea what this means, but it sounds extremely cute. I'm assuming they're like cut into the shape of flowers, maybe?
And flies?
And cocktails?
Yeah, not sure. I'll have to go and report back. And then I feel like a really classic one is the high tea service at the Inn on Negley. They have a seasonal menu, which you can actually check out on their site, so you can like really learn what you're going to be getting there. I haven't seen their September menu yet, but the August menu included things like deviled egg salad with capers and cornichons, a ginger peach scone and a sun-dried tomato feta scone, sour orange pie with graham cracker crust. And then they also, like Fabled Table, have a children's tea option. And if you have a real sweet tooth, you can do a cookies and cocoa service instead.
Oh, that's good.
They claim to have the best hot chocolate in Pittsburgh, which is a pretty bold claim. The description, they say, it is served tableside. The hot chocolate is poured into a mug topped with a dark chocolate lattice, nestled alongside are homemade marshmallows and sweetened whipped cream. And as the hot chocolate is poured, the chocolate lattice melts into the cup. Adding your marshmallows turns the already dreamy drink into a creamy masterpiece.
Mallory, I think this is made better just by the way you read that description.
And then if, hot chocolate on a historic street in Pittsburgh doesn't do it for you, I've also seen a few spots recommended outside of the city. So Steeping Leaf in Morgan, Johnston House Tea Room in Mars, and Uniquely Yours Tea Room at the Butler House in Hickory. So if you're looking for like a little adventure outside of the city, those could be some nice spots to hit up.
Mallory, I also think it's worth adding that like your whole goal about high tea, afternoon tea feels perfectly in season with another event happening this month, Pittsburgh Week. I don't know if y'all have heard of that, but it kicked off yesterday with a high tea at Mansions on 5th. I don't know if they do it just like when it's special or something, or if that's something they offer all the time. But anyway, if Pittsburgh, celebrating all things British in Pittsburgh, sounds good to you, there's music tonight at East End Brewing, a British walking tour downtown tomorrow, comedy on Wednesday, trivia and cask ale on Thursday, and then like so many more meetups over the weekend. They really do it up.
Sophia, what about you?
So I am also thinking in the same lane of warm and cozy. And my new favorite, well, like new to me food truck is called Kilimanjaro Flavor. It's Tanzanian food, and the samosas are the most delicious thing I've had in like a long time. They are so warm, and I guess I'm also going fried here. They're made with turkey. It comes with a sauce with veggies and like apple cider vinegar, and the taste just lingers in your mouth for like a long time afterwards. There's also a lot of coconut on the menu. They do like all sorts of bowls with like coconut shrimp, coconut chicken, coconut spinach. They also have like chicken skewers and that kind of stuff. Aside from the food truck, you can also do like a little meal plan and order a bunch of bowls. And they also do catering. So if you're feeling lazy, I highly recommend this place. I also just love a bowl. It makes me feel so cozy.
I've heard someone say that bowls are the millennial casserole, and now it's what I always think.
Oh, I've seen stuff about people calling bowls slop, which is also fine with me. If it's warm and yummy, I'm down.
I'm one of those people that still doesn't love my food to touch, so I don't know if either description of that is necessarily for me.
I don't think those things were said complimentarily.
I mean, I can get down with a good casserole. So like there are exceptions, but like just calling it slop maybe is the part that my brain can't handle. So while y'all are getting cozy on the inside, I'm trying to soak up the last of summer. I'm looking forward to the Pittsburgh County Fair. So that's going to be in Allegheny Commons on the north side on September 13th. This thing is in its third year. I have still not made it. I really want to because the descriptions are they're a little unhinged and I love it. So there's all kinds of contests: apple pie bake-off, best tomato in Pittsburgh, best backyard poultry. I maybe should mention
that like
at
a
this
beauty
point,
contest for chickens?
I don't know how they interpret it, but I have actually shown chickens on a stage in public before.
Like 4-H?
Yes.
Were you a 4-H kid?
I was absolutely a 4-H kid. Everybody was a 4-H kid. It wasn't like a weird thing where I grew up.
I mean, New Jersey, I feel like there's a decent handful of 4-H kids, too. I never thought 4-H kids were weird.
Yeah, the most I ever fetched for one of my show chickens was $6, and I was so proud.
I don't know if that's a good rate for a prize-winning chicken. I know nothing about this world.
I have no idea either, but 8-year-old Megan was on top of the world.
I'm also willing to bet that, the price of an award-winning chicken has changed since you were a child, Megan. I don't know. I'm also really excited for this. You talked about some of the more unhinged things. That's what I'm going to be at the county fair for.
Right.
I kind of want to enter the oat milk chug, but there's also grape stomping, and I love squishing fruit, and there's a sauerkraut mash-off. No idea what that means. I don't think it's eating sauerkraut, but I don't know if you're going to mash it with your feet like the grapes.
Well, and I hope that there's a sanitary boot thing happening with the grapes, that it's not just a wasteful situation. I also, popping grapes between the toes sounds kind of terrible to me. But I like the idea that they're, inviting all. They also have a bunch of demos and workshops. There's mushroom identification, an edible plant walk, dyeing shoelaces, knitting, a petting zoo. And then there's some other stuff that they don't really describe on their website, but I'm very intrigued to check it out. Farmers Market Olympics, emotional composting, book repair, line dancing.
I know what line dancing is.
I do know what line dancing is. I feel like the whole thing, though, is just very choose your own adventure. Also, it's in the park on the north side. So it can't get too crazy, or maybe it can. Either way, I'm excited to find out. Okay, so last up, some fun one-off events to mark your September calendar for. Where are Yins hoping to be this September?
So something I'm hoping to get to is the Stitch-a-thon fundraiser for the Millville Community Library. This is on September 6th. So all of September is Love Your Library Month, and this event is hosted by
now I feel bad for promoting bookstores over public libraries, but they both serve a role.
It can be both.
You can go to libraries and the bookstore. But Mallory, if you're planning on going to this event, it's hosted by the Millville Library and the tea shop next door. So, you can get some of that high tea fixin' as well. And then for Gilmore Girls people, apparently this event is inspired by the old Muddy River Bridge episode. That means nothing to me, but
nor
the
to me.
I'm excited for all those who do know what it means and might want to go.
So the way this event works is people who have fiber arts talents, not me, I'm not good at knitting and crocheting, I've tried, but they are asking people to sponsor their stitching, and there's going to be all kinds of fiber arts crafts. Plus, they're also going to have raffles, workshops, and prizes day of. So even if you're not stitching yourself, I think there's going to be all sorts of fun things to do.
I'm looking at the event page now, and it's just reminding me that the Millville Community Library does so many incredible things. Participating in this helps support the Millville Free Fridge and the Millville Tool Lending Library and stuff
love
that's
the
really,
tool library.
Yeah, helping people in the community and all over the city, really. So this seems like a great cause.
So my event is actually the same day, September 6th, but I'm going to move us down to Bethel Park and this flower shop called Ruby Flora Plant Shop. They have a series of events that just were cracking me up as I was looking for stuff to talk about. One of them is called What is Wrong with My Plant?, which is a question I have asked myself personally probably hundreds of times. I just thought this was so hilarious, so I called them to ask what this event is. Is it a PowerPoint or literally an invitation to maybe bring your sick plant to them, like it's a doctor's office or something?
Oh, that'd be so smart.
It turns out it is the former. They're going to do a little presentation, walk
that's
people.
All right. That makes sense.
Yeah, walk people through common problems and how to fix them. But anyone apparently can bring in their sick plant exactly as I imagined it anytime, and they will try to help you diagnose it and fix it. I just think that's so great. So you don't even have to pay for this event for that privilege. You can just do that.
Oh, that's fantastic. I have a ton of plants that I want to bring them then because like they do well for a few months and then die. So I don't know if I'm just bad at maintaining them or maybe the cat nibbles are killing them.
It could be both. Yeah. Like I have a pothos that like they're always big and fluffy in the plant shops. And mine grows like one 10-foot vine. I don't understand. Like, am I doing it wrong? Anyway, the Ruby Flora sounds amazing. They've won my heart just based on like sheer cleverness and creativity. Like just to shout out a couple more, they have a botanical painting workshop on September 21st, where it's like a step-by-step painting thing. Witchy outfits are encouraged. The inspiration painting on their website is so cute. And there's a couple in October just to keep an eye out for, a cemeterium workshop where it's like a cemetery themed terrarium.
Ooh.
And then a carnivorous bog garden workshop, which is bug eating plants like Venus flytraps and stuff. I just love it. Like Ruby Flora, you're the best. Like whoever's doing your programming, chef's kiss.
Well, next up is the Clemente Bridge Festival. So this is the 16th year, but it is the first time it's going to be held on a bridge. And, you know, obviously it's got to be the Clemente Bridge. Where else could you put this festival? I have not yet been to a bridge festival yet. I've never gone to Picklesburgh on the bridge, so I'm really going to try to make this one on September 13th. It looks like more info is still coming out, but right now we know there's going to be food and drinks, some dance demos, live painting, and lots and lots of stuff for kids.
Yeah, we talked about Clemente on a recent news roundup. In case you don't know, he is one of Pittsburgh's best ever baseball players and just like this incredible humanitarian. The museum is up in Lower Lawrenceville and just celebrates his legacy. The proceeds to this benefit their cause. And as we're recording this, actually, his birthday was just a few days ago. He would have been 91.
Then a little later in the month, on the 20th, is the Latin American Art Festival. So this is going to be outside Atithi Studios in Sharpsburg. It's described as this street-wide festival that's packed with music, dance, art, food, and traditions. And the invite says, you know, bring the whole family, meet your neighbors, and dance in the street with us as we celebrate the beauty, power, and diversity of our Latinx communities. So this sounds like a really nice event to check out, especially if you like dancing in the street now that the weather is getting tolerable.
Slightly more tolerable. Same weekend, actually, I'm going to shout out the 3rd annual Pittsburgh Art Book Fair. I don't know if y'all have checked this out in previous years. It's just, it feels enormous as it is, and it's even bigger this year. So they're going to have 80 exhibitors at the Carnegie Museum, usually in the art space with like all the marble and the white. So it makes the books
sculpture
and
hall.
all those colorful coffee table books really pop. But it's going to extend into the mezzanine with readings and the Bruce galleries. I'm just so impressed by the people who put this on. It's 3 women here in town, all volunteer, but they're just such a force. One of them, Emma H., told me that the majority of the exhibitors are traveling from across the country. So even if you have been to this event before, you're going to see a ton of new faces and all kinds of really unique printed material. She said, quote, "I feel this year more than ever that creating a space for artists and publishers to connect with new publics in real life is so important. It's a great way to directly support people who are proving that print is not dead and that algorithms don't have to decide what we get to see." I just love it.
Yeah, that's a really nice sentiment. This is going to be a packed weekend because I have another event on September 20th and the 21st, the Pittsburgh Pottery Tour. So there are 24 studios on the map this year, and it's basically a self-guided tour. You can go to one studio, you can go to all 24. Sounds ambitious, but you know, you do you. And a lot of studios have different demonstrations or activities so you can play around. So this month will be me stomping in grapes and then me sticking my hands in the clay.
And actually, I'm just looking at the map here. I think I was like 24 studios. Are they all near each other? They are not.
That's why I said very ambitious, all over the city.
This would be a driving tour if you are into that, because these are truly all over the region.
Well, speaking of driving, something I am very excited for is the 5th annual Pittsburgh Parking Championship on September 27th. This is billed as the world's first and only competitive parallel parking championship. I have not fact-checked that, but you know Pittsburgh loves to say we're the first and only ones to do everything.
First and best and biggest and highest.
Their website is incredible. It looks like it was built in 1998, and they have their scoring formula on there. It hurt my brain to look at it, but I'm glad to know there's some real metrics around this. I still cannot really parallel park. I failed my driving test multiple times in the parallel parking section. So I am truly in awe of these championships, and I'm excited to go watch them achieve feats that I could only ever dream of.
I'm looking at the Instagram description right now. First, there's a live DJ, so you do not have to drive to have a good time. And another thing listed is whistle blowing. Does that mean like I get to literally blow a whistle at somebody? Is it a distraction thing? Is it like tattling on people? Like I'm into it, I guess, no matter what it is.
I'm imagining like people surrounding where the thing is happening, everyone just staring and like waiting to blow the whistle if they tap another car, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm also picturing. Sign me up for that.
Anyway, this is September 27th. It does look fun.
And then another event toward the end of the month, also on September 27th. I hope I'm saying this right, Mavuno. It's a free outdoor festival in Sewickley celebrating BIPOC artists. I love buying art. I want to collect more, so I'm going to try to make it. They also have demonstrations there. And then there's a beer garden, $20 for unlimited beer. That's a pretty good deal, I think.
That's an excellent deal.
That could get dangerous in Sewickley.
And we saved the best for last, the most important event in all of September. Come hang out with us. We are going to be at the Heinz History Trivia Night on September 4th. We're going to be hosting a round of Pittsburgh-themed trivia, so you can see how well you know your Pittsburgh history. You can come say hi to the team. We will be by the snack tables, so you can say hello to us and then grab some hot Cheetos. We would love to see you there.
That is all for today here on CityCast Pittsburgh. Don't sleep on the membership. You can become a CityCast Pittsburgh neighbor today at membership.citycast.fm and find out more very, very soon about our next neighbor event. We're so excited. We will be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. We'll talk to you soon.
You're dumping on our pizza options. You're dumping on our pear tree options. Sophia, where's the Pittsburgh love?
We'll get to it later in this episode. I'll keep going.